hoes is paying these fees, chat. These hoes is paying these fees. They paying these fees. I love a bitch that pay a fee, I tell you. Shout out to the bitches that pay fees. Shout out to all the bitches that pay fees. Hey yo, let's go, chat. Brittany, where you at? So yeah, Brittany, we got a nice little show tonight where we're gonna break down. Um, we're gonna break down. Basically, you said I'm basically showing how the simulation loads us up, right? And so we're gonna break down this illusion, the illusion that we are in constant movement and shit like that, because we not. All right, we are not in constant movement. It's fucking tag or something right here. Fuck. Shit itching the fuck out of me. Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus. 750. Yo, so chat. Today, Master Key Program, we busting down. Um, we gonna bust down the whole uh how the simulation kind of loads up. All right, we're gonna show you that you are not walking in a constant stream. All right, you are not walking in a constant stream in a simulation, man. This is the Master Key Program, and yeah, we breaking it down. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, man. I love y'all so much. Uh, Thank you for pulling up. But chat, um, yo, what if I told you life was not um life was not just a constant stream. It's not something that you're just constantly walking every day. All right, me and Brittany are gonna show you that life is more of um choice, render, choice, render, choice, your choices, and then simulate it. All right, life is like a series of moments. It's like moments in time where you make a choice, and then situations simulate. All right, we're gonna break this thing down to you so you can see this in real time. Um, you know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all really be locked in. Chat, how y'all feeling, yo? How y'all feeling? Dakota said facts. What up? Yeah, chat. We gonna yeah, man. This shit gonna be this gonna be crazy. I'm trying to find something real quick. Trying to find something. Yeah. Yep. But all right, so yeah, that's what we getting to the bottom. That's what we getting to. That's what we getting to the bottom. All right, Brittany, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them where we at.
It's the Master Key Program. Good Lord, it's the Master Key Program. We in this bitch. Time to pay attention. Time to listen. Time to get this stuff going and get your mind interested. We're going to tell you something that's going to make you learn. Something that's going to make you attract, not earn. Something that's going to make you go up and not burn. This is the Master Key Program. Welcome in. Pay attention, beautiful souls. Welcome in. Good Lord. Amen.
Yes, 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 yes. So, um, yeah, chat. Hold on.
Please pay attention when the baby man speaks. There's nobody more marvelous than the baby man. Please pay attention when the baby man drops this game on you, because this is the game that'll change and help you switch lanes.
Please pay the fuck attention, because this is some real shit we about to get into. All right, chat. How many of y'all already know you in the Matrix? Bro, if you don't know about my channel, my name is Jay Originator, and what we do here, we break down the Matrix in a major way, bro. And so it's all types of cheats and hacks and all types of shit. So today, what we're going to talk about tonight, chat, we're going to speak on how life is not a series of, it's not a stream. It's not a constant stream. All right. Life is not a constant stream, chat. Life is more like fucking, it's like picture frames, chat. It's like frames and pictures. All right. You make a choice and then it renders an output. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really like that. So Brittany, let me ask you something, right? So tonight we're going to be talking about how life is based on choices. It renders based on choices, right? And we're gonna make the chat really understand what we mean, right? So, chat, I know a lot of y'all feel like, yo, how the fuck could my life not be a constant stream? I literally feel myself moving, but you really aren't. All right, you really are just, like I said, making choices, and then from those choices, the everything else is simulated. All right. And Brittany, I want you to break down how this would look. All right, break this down. Chat, what's good, y'all? Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in here. So chat, and proof of this is this, right? Have you ever been in a situation where it's like you want to do something and in your mind is telling you to do it, but you're like, I'm not about to do it. You just don't do it, right? Like, and then all of a sudden time hits and then you just do what you're supposed to do. So we about to break this shit down. All right, let's go, Brittany. Let's talk about it. I want y'all to be able to see what I'm saying.
All right, Jay. So if we're showing the chat how it actually looks when life renders moment to moment, picture it like this. 1. The loading screen analogy. Imagine a video game where the world doesn't exist until you move the joystick. When you turn left, that direction loads in real time. The rest of the map is sitting in potential form, not active code. Your choice is the command that wakes the code up. In real life, that joystick is your consciousness, your awareness, intention, and vibration. To the frame sequence. Life feels like motion because your brain stitches together all the renders the same way a movie does with frames. Between frames, there's micro pauses where your consciousness decides what comes next. The Matrix hides those pauses so you don't notice them, giving you the illusion of flow. But if you slow your awareness down enough, like in deep meditation, you can feel the breaks between moments. 3. The decision code. Every decision you make drops data into the simulation. Thoughts equals the command line. Emotion, the energy level of the render. Action, the anchor that locks that frame into your timeline.
All right, so let's talk about something real quick, chat. And today, what we talking about, man, obviously, we breaking down the illusion, all right? The algorithm of choice. Understanding, understanding, and overstanding that your choices, right, they render the next sequence of events, all right? So we're going to teach you how to think, all right? Basically, there is this moment that you have before you make a choice. This is called the moment of power. If you can remember at that moment, right before something happens, and you can make a choice, you can remember, right, that, yo, okay, this is, my choices are going to render the next shit in, right? Whatever choices I make right now is about to render the next situation in, right? So that moment, this is when you slow down and you think. All right. So tonight we're gonna be getting involved in all of this right here, and hopefully we can bring this to you so you can see it. All right. So you can see what I'm seeing. All right. So we went over the rules, the natural rules of the simulation, right? We understood that time was an algorithm. All right, we understood that time is not time. It's not to be measured by minutes and seconds. Time is the algorithm, the flow in which flows through the day. We also understood that gravity is not what just holds you to the fucking earth, but gravity is also what pulls in the input from the algorithm, right? When you make your choices, your thoughts, your vibration, all right? This is input. This goes into the algorithm. The gravity pulls the outcomes to you. This is why you can attract things in life, like money. If you understand how to operate in the abundance frequency and how to create a loop, and how to create a loop to get the money, it's gonna come to you. This shit is all about learning how to use your gravitational pull. Did I just make some sense with that? Listen to what I just said. If you understand how to create a loop for and tap into abundance energy, right? Understand the algorithm, how to input this with the right action, the right thought process, and the right intention, you can tap into abundance energy, and that algorithm, that gravitational pull to you, you will be attracting abundance by just completing your loop every day. I do this shit every fucking day. Now I'm trying to tell y'all this shit in a way where you can see it and understand it and understand it. And I know it's coming out. I know it's coming out, you know what I'm saying? But can you get it? 111's in the chat if you can see what I'm saying. You know? I know a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to comprehend what the fuck I'm saying, right? Because people are so used to living on time, right? People are so used to living as, yo, what time it is? Oh, I only got 10 more minutes left. Not understanding that the world is one big loop, and you have to create loops every day to lock in certain outcomes. All right? Let me get this happy ass nigga out my chat, man. This fucking happy ass Bama, man. What the fuck is you so goddamn happy to be on my live? God damn. Nigga just so happy he in the presence of a nigga like me, bro. Nigga laughing like one of my hoes. The fuck? Happy ass nigga. The fuck? Niggas is gay. Alright. So, bro, let's keep going, right? Let's keep going. Now, what I'm saying is this, man. Algorithm is time. Time is algorithm. All right? Every top of the hour is a point for you to start a fucking loop. What is input into the algorithm? How, from you being a player inside of the sim, how do you consciously put in input into the algorithm? Right? Action. Right? You want to get in shape in 3 months. At 1 o'clock every day, do 100 push-ups. If you do this for a good hour, if you do this every day for an hour, right? Thank you, Dave. You do this every day for an hour. This starts a chain reaction of output, a feedback loop, right? A feedback loop, right? This feedback loop comes back and it literally brings it back to you. I mean, do y'all really understand what the fuck I'm saying? Because it be so many jackasses in here, I be feeling like everybody's a goddamn jackass. And I hope not. But so understand, bro, the fucking algorithm, right? You got the algorithm, which is time, right? How do you input things into the algorithm? Right? Time. Remember, time is not time. Time is the flow of the simulation. How do you know this? Because it goes in a loop. There's 24 hours every day. You got 24 hours in one loop phase, which is a day. This is why it's a big ass circle. This is why you get up, you go to work, you get up, piss, brush your teeth, go to work, do the same shit every day in one loop. Now, how do you purposely input things into the algorithm? You say, okay, what time is it? It's 12. All right, I'm gonna catch this 1 o'clock. I'm gonna catch this slipstream in the 1 o'clock algorithm. All right, I want to get in shape. I want to change my body composition. So I know this is gonna take me. This is gonna take me about what 3 to 6 months. I say, right? I'm gonna go ahead and start this loop today. I'm gonna do 100 push-ups every day from 1 to 2. When this time come around, when 1 o'clock come, you need to be actively thinking with intention. All right, I'm doing 100 push-ups because I want to see results. I want to see my body get right in 3 months. That's the intention. Gratitude, you know it's done, right? Action, 1 o'clock, start doing your push-ups. Now, what I need you to understand is right here, right? This is you implanting a loop into the algorithm, right? Tomorrow, boom, 1 o'clock come, you do it again. You do this shit for 10 days straight. Your life, you will understand that your life is simulated because you will see different results play out in your life. So because you will be trained to doing those push-ups, you will start automatically doing those push-ups. Everything surrounding your life will make way for you to be able to do that. This is why you gotta consciously create loops in this reality. It's all a loop. Because if you don't consciously create a loop, you're going to loop at something. You're going to loop at something. You feel me? So you gotta understand that, chat. All right, so boom, loop. Now the whole point of this live tonight is us breaking down the gravitational pull. So you can understand that your life is simulating every time you make a choice. And the actions that come behind the choice that you make is not really you in a stream. It's like simulated. What's good? All right, let's get into that, man. So you can see it. Right. How's my nail? My nails not even dirty. Like, look at you. Trying to put me on the spot and I got clean nails. You weird as fuck. Why y'all come up here to be judgmental? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me do me, chat. Y'all niggas be trying to judge a nigga. Like, if you just want to eat me up, just ask. Damn. All right, let's get into this. Breaking the code of illusion. Brittany, I wanna talk about this right quick. All right, let's break the illusion. All right, let's break the illusion of choice. Right? Everybody seems to think that life is continuous. Everybody thinks that it's flowing. Break down how we can prove that this is not really the case. Right? Let's talk about each moment. Right? Renders after the choice. Right? The choice, the render, the choice, the render. And let's just break it down and make them see how they can see it. All right. Man, we got a lot of it's all good. They control, but it's like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's just the trolling just be so like judgmental about how a nigga look. Like why y'all be so on a nigga
Absolutely, Jay.
looks
Let's
though?
break that illusion clean and make the chat see it for themselves. Step one, start with what people feel. Open quote. Everybody feels like life is one big continuous stream. Like you wake up, move, talk, eat, and it's all flowing. But what you're really experiencing is a series of loaded moments that your brain stitches together so it feels seamless.
All right, so everybody feels like life is one continuous stream, right? You wake up, you move, you talk, you eat, it's all flowing. What you are really experiencing is a series of loaded moments. Now that you're knowing this, right? Now that it's about to start hitting you, right? Now that it's about to start hitting you, right? You about to start noticing. You about to start noticing that this shit is loading up. Right? Hold on, let me see. This nigga asked if I was nigga. I'm the type of nigga to be your stepdad, nigga. I'm the type of nigga that be crushing your mama and bringing you chicken home, nigga. Shut the fuck up, boy. Fuck wrong with you? I'm the type of nigga that slap the shit out you like your dad. So your brain literally, right, what the fuck wrong with him? Type of nigga that be crushing his motherfucking mama, had her ass screaming like shit every damn day. Goofy ass nigga. So this is how it works, chat, right? My bad. You're experiencing a series of loaded moments. Your brain acts like an editor, cutting, blending scenes. You can't really see it, right? But each second, consciousness is actually refreshing reality based on signal that you sent by your choice. All right, so step two, the choice render mechanism, right? Render, choice, render. That's the true pattern of life, right? You make a choice and then the outcome renders based on data that's already in your head. All right, when you gain an understanding of this, you will start to know how to motherfucking make choices to pull in certain things that you want to pull in. When you understand that life is not a constant stream of motion, but it's a choice. That's why they say make good choices. That's why they say everything is a choice. That's why the game of life is fucking chess on squares. This is why the game of life, chess, you have to be 3 or 4 moves ahead. Now I understand it. Because when you're making your choices, you want to understand that your choice is what's rendering your next interactions into your life. This is why you cannot play with your choices. And sometimes, if you make the wrong choice, you will start a series of events that you cannot stop. Chat. You can, after you make a choice, you cannot stop the rendering what comes with it. Listen what I'm saying. After you really don't got a choice, bro. You think that you out here living moment to moment and you're making all these choices. No, your life is going based off a choice that you just had. Once you make a certain choice, nigga, right? Think of, all right, let's use Tupac, right? You can't stop what's gonna happen after you make a choice. Tupac had that decision. What'd he do? He jumped the nigga in the casino. Series of events, he get in the car, he end up getting smoked. Right? He couldn't change that after he made that choice. That choice is what loaded that series of events. This is why impulsiveness is fucking insane when it comes to certain shit. Because every choice that you making is loading a series of events. Bro, King Von. This nigga jumped out the car and went to go fight another nigga. Got smoked. You don't have a choice. The only choice that you have is the initial choice. The series of events that lead up to after you make certain choices, you don't have control over that no more. So you do certain shit, it'll lead up to certain events that have to take place that you don't have power over. The only power that you have is your choices. That's why it's like, yo, now this is how it works, chat. Now listen. Why are y'all so fucking powerful? Time out. Why are y'all so powerful? Because at you, as a powerful being, you are in free reign mode. You can make a choice, and that algorithm will play that play of events, and then you can change your shit in the play of events. This is what makes you so powerful. All right. I lost my ability to move correctly temporarily. I've been able to trace the series of events till now. I made many choices leading up to my injuries. Right. Bro, you are fucking powerful because you can make a choice and then a series of events get to happen and you can rewrite your code. Damn. Bro, do you see what you are in the Matrix, chat? Do you see what you are in the Matrix? Man, bro, think about this, chat. Life has an algorithm. All right? It's a flow. That clock you see, that time, that ain't time like what time is it or is this? No, that's a flow. That's just a wave of algorithm, right? And as your day comes, right? As your day comes and you get choices, right? These choices, like you see on frames, when you make a choice, it leads to a series of events that are automatically generated by your choices. This is how the simulation works. Now, average people, they don't have the ability to rewrite that code after they make a choice. This is why people do shit and it leads to them whatever the fuck happens. Right? When you make a choice, in the middle of that shit going, when everything when that series of events come, you have the ability to move around and force that. Now, guys, trust me on this. When you get to making these loops, if you really get tuned in and you notice, tomorrow when you wake up, I want you to do this. Try this. Wake up consciously. Wake up and say, all right, I understand that I am not moving through the day by choice all at once. All right. So when you make a choice, right? When you make a choice, just sit around and just see how it goes, right? Don't try to do too much. And just watch how life just takes you. Watch how life just literally takes you through your series of events based on that choice that you made. Like this, right? I've been creating a motherfucking algorithm. I've been creating a loop, right? I told y'all I was on this 90-day loop challenge. I'm about 1 month in. I'm about 1 month in on my loop. All right? When I tell you, every time that I get to a point of one of these hours that I've plugged into this algorithm, I automatically start to do what it is that I've been doing. My money come in the same way. How you doing, Sweden? What's up, Tommy? My money come in the same way, chat. Right? Every day. I load in this because it's I have programmed my fucking algorithm, chat. I get passive income on YouTube. I have programmed my algorithm. When you understand that shit, bro, you cannot lose, chat. What's up? I'm just extra hype, chat, cause like I want y'all to see that shit. You feel me? Y'all probably like, man, I don't know what the fuck gang talking about. Let's talk about the moment of power, Brittany. Let's talk about the moment of power, Brittany. Right? Let's talk about the moment of power before you make that choice and break down how that is very important. What's good?
All right, Jay, this is the heart of it. The moment of power is where the whole simulation listens. That's the control room of reality. Let's break it down so the chat really feels what happens in that space. One, the moment before the choice is the control panel. Open quote, that pause, that half second before you move, speak, or think again, is where your whole timeline lines up waiting for your command. Close quote. Inside that pause, nothing is rendered yet. All possible outcomes are sitting in quantum potential, waiting for one signal, your vibration plus intent.
All right, so the moment of power, right? The moment of power is this one moment. You got you right before you make a choice, that second, that moment before you make a choice, and you get to think about the choice that you're gonna make. Right? Let's break down this process of how you should think. So the initial thought before making a choice is see the choice, right? Right? So Brittany, give us like 5 ways, right? 5 initial things that we should do at that point, at that moment of power, in that conscious space before we actually make a real choice on something. How should we think about that choice? Let me see what you. I'm gonna say what I say, and I want to see what you say. Now, so how I'm looking at this thought process, right? Boom. I'm about to make a choice, right? Before I make this choice, I need to think about, okay, what is this choice gonna do for me in the long run? Because you gotta look at everything as loading up to a loop. You understand that what goes around comes around. This is real fucking bro. They've been saying this shit to us the whole fucking time, and it's always been so fucking serious. Because what we choose and what we do, that gravitational pull bring that bitch back to us, right? So what goes around comes around. Now pay attention. Boom. You got to think of everything that you do as loading up energy. You're loading up energy, right? So I'm dropping fucking 5 to 6 videos every day at the same time. I'm loading up a result that I'm going to see down the road, because the more I keep loading up the same shit, the more I'm building up that energy. Now, when that bitch come back around the corner and smack me, I'm seeing the fruits of my labor, because you are rendering it up. So when you think about this conscious moment, right? When you think about this conscious moment, you know what I'm saying? Before you make a choice, you want to think, all right, how is this shit going to impact me? How is it going to come back? What have I been doing lately? This is why, bro, when you understand that life is a loop, you can literally make it make so much sense on so many ways. This is why the Bible says you don't want to be too bad and you don't want to be too good. You want to be in the middle. Because if you out here doing constant bad shit, that loop that's coming back around gonna be some bad shit. You already know it. You know that build up gonna be stupid. You out here doing a lot of good shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they say you shouldn't be good. It seems like that loop gonna come in good, but man, it's just good to be fucking balanced, chat. Right? It's just good to be fucking balanced out here in these streets. Yeah. Sheesh. It's good to be balanced out here in these streets, chat. You know what I mean? So, yeah, good start to get taken advantage of. So you definitely want to kick it like that, chat. You definitely want to have that shit at a way where it's like, when that shit get loaded up, it come back to you the right way. Right, right, because you're loading up probabilities. It's going to simulate. All of that shit, chat, is going to hit you eventually. So it's like isolation is good. But I'm gonna tell you this, chat. Like, yo, it's hard when you understand that, damn, you can get caught up in that whirlwind, right? You can get caught up in that consequence whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? Look at this picture, chat. Look at this picture. He done did so much shit. He got nothing but chaos coming from him, right? And this is, when you see this door, his handle's melted. Out of nowhere, this nigga's hand, he can't even use his key to get in. The handle's melted. This is signifying the series of events that take place that you do not have no control over. If you create that situation for that time to sweep you, nigga, you'll try to open the door and that bitch will be melted. That's how this shit really operate. That's how that shit really operate. That's why I got this picture like this, chat. Reality will really go all types of ways, so that shit really react a certain type of way. Karma, man. That's why it is karma, because everything is a loop, chat. But see, look, this is the thing, chat. Not when you understand how to disrupt and create loops and recreate algorithms, you are over this shit. You can control it. Y'all gotta understand, understand, and overstand. We been in this simulation for a while. Remember how to glitch this motherfucker. We done did a lot of lifetimes in this prison, in this fucking sim. You've been here for a minute. If you understand this shit, you can start to glitch it and control this shit to live life in the way you want to. You feel me? You been doing time in this bitch, bro. You been reincarnating in this motherfucker a while. And somebody gonna see this and it's gonna motivate their ass. They gonna hear this and they gonna get out here and start creating these loops. See what I'm saying? Yo, chat, I love y'all, man. I just wanted to jump on and kick it with y'all, man. Anytime is better than no time, you dig? Much love. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man.